cheesy one. This is a good question. Here I am. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to have you here with me today. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Rachel and I am a TEDx, I'm saying that for the first time, I am a TEDx speaker, an author, a business owner, and most importantly for today, I am an accountant. I run the Instagram platform accountancy, so it's accountant_she, where you guys always ask me lots of questions. So this video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be a Q&A style gossip session, basically. I asked you guys for some questions, you did not disappoint. In fact, I'd say you over-delivered. I've got some very good, some juicy questions to answer, so let's kick it off. Okay, so the first question is, what one piece of advice would you give somebody about to start out on their own? Don't do yourself the injustice of not giving it 150%. Like, I think I, by nature, am definitely somebody who will inherently always put in like 200% into anything, and sometimes that's a fault and sometimes that's a really good thing. Yeah, don't do yourself the injustice of not committing everything that you have to doing it, and that way if it fails or if it doesn't work out, then at least you can move forward knowing that you've done literally everything you can to make it go right. And if it fails, then it means it wasn't down to you. I think so often people waste a lot of time and energy on either being someone that they're not, or like just do everything with 110% effort, with 100% authenticity. And if it fails, then you can kind of move forward knowing that you did everything that you could to make it do well. Okay, so someone's asked me, when does this come out? I'm only on the cover. So that was the autumn 2020 cover of 20 magazine, which is an AAT accountancy magazine. So it has already come out, but I am also, we've got an amazing AAT to TEDx piece in the most recent copy of 20 magazine. So if you get that through your letterbox, so you can find me there too. Someone's asked about accounting qualifications. So we are a chartered practice, so I did AAT and then continued on. Currently still studying towards an MBA, so I'm doing a master's degree in business at Cranfield University, which is 100% like life-changing. So I'm still studying, I just can't get enough. Someone's asked, do you think it is viable to run a bookkeeping business only and outsource year-end accounts? Yes, absolutely. So we actually work with and have partnerships with lots of different bookkeeping practices where they provide the bookkeeping services and we support them to offer their clients accounts. So I think a lot of the time, sometimes bookkeepers can maybe miss out pitching for work because their client is looking for bookkeeping and accounts, whereas if we partner together, then they get the extra work, we get some extra work, and it's mutually beneficial. But then also, if we ever take on a client that maybe isn't the right fit for us, we can pass on work and refer work to the bookkeepers. And I think sometimes historically that's why maybe bookkeepers have bad relationships with accountants, is because accountants take and don't give back. So we always try and make sure that we're giving back to the bookkeepers that we work with. We have some amazing, I think we work with 7 or 8 different bookkeeping practices to work together to help them pitch for bigger jobs, which is just an amazing way to grow their businesses too. So yes, I absolutely do think it's possible, and if you did ever want to do it in partnership, then here I am. How long did it take you to become an accountant? So I actually fully qualified in 2019. This is where I can't answer this question and not mention James. Obviously James is my life partner, a business partner. James is just a superhero and he's amazing. So James didn't actually do AAT at all. James went straight in to do his chartered qualification. So he skipped AAT completely. He did A-levels, came out of school at 18, I think. Yeah, 18. And he actually qualified as a chartered accountant, ACCA qualified, when he was 21 years old. So at the time, he was actually the second youngest person in the country to qualify, and actually nobody told him that he was even in the running to be the youngest, and he is so competitive. If he'd known, he definitely would have been the first or like the youngest, but yeah, no one told him, so he wasn't. But he was actually the second youngest person in the country at the time to qualify, so that's my lovely James. So he actually took him 3 years to become a chartered accountant, which is just... someone's asked, has it been overwhelming growing so fast? Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, this time last year, the business was a one-man band with 50 clients. And in 9 months, we have just hit 250 clients, and we've just hired our 6th employee. So yes, it has been overwhelming. I always feel super lucky whenever anyone asks me this question, that I get to do it with the person I love, and I definitely think that helps. I think obviously a huge part of my role is speaking with, building relationships with, and guiding and supporting new growing businesses. And one of the things I encounter so frequently is that like it's actually really lonely. And for a lot of people, I get to be that friend, that support, that business advisor to lean on. So I always feel so grateful that I have James to rely on and to lean on. It has been overwhelming, but I feel eternally grateful that I get to share this experience with someone I love, and that means sharing the amazing bits, the mind-blowing bits, the great bits, but also the overwhelming and maybe not so pretty bits. It means that I get to share all of that, and that means double the success and half the problems. So it really is, it's incredible. So yes, it has been overwhelming, but I would not change anything at all. I wouldn't change a thing. Oh, another juicy one. What are your plans for the business? We have some very exciting things coming very soon, and by very soon I mean in the next couple of weeks. I don't want to give any spoilers. I mean, obviously plans for the business include continuing to grow and scale at the rate that we are, which is amazing. It's really exciting. So keep growing and keep scaling is number 1 priority. Keep supporting business owners, keep being what business owners need us to be. And yeah, if you have any ideas or tips or things that we could do to help you as a small business owner, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Okay, so somebody's asked, what is the best bit about your job? And I just need to say that the next question someone asked after that was actually a very good example of the best bit about my job. So one person asked, what's the best bit about your job? And then the next person asked, this is not a question, just thank you for being someone to look up to, with like 17 kisses. I definitely would say that my Instagram account, like my Instagram DMs, make me cry at least 3 times a day. I think it was actually showcased specifically in the day in the life video that we recently shot, like the pure volume of messages that I get, and I absolutely love every single one of them. And I think for me, obviously, the accountancy platform is an amazing way for us to grow and develop the business and reach more people, and like we're really turning it into something incredible. And like second to that, it's also an incredible like community space where I'm able to like shout about and showcase how incredible being an accountant is. And I just feel so honoured that like so many people are following the journey and feel like they're a part of it and like are so bought into what we do. And I get so many messages from people just saying thank you for sharing it, or like saying like I was going to stop doing my exams, or I've taken a break from my exams and actually I've now just signed up to do more exams because I've seen your page or your YouTube channel. And like I'd say that is the best bit about the job. And there's that side of it, and then at the same time there is the wonderful being an accountant, and having an accountant can change your life. You know, for a lot of people, a good accountant could get you a mortgage a year, 2 years faster than a bad accountant. Like a good accountant will help you, support you and guide you to hit in 10k months rather than 6k months. And to be that person in someone's life and to be able to guide them in a way that we are able to. And even within our network, like the bigger we get, the more community we have, the more family we're building, and like new clients want to be a part of that, and it's just so wonderful. Okay, so somebody has asked, when is your TED Talk and what is it about? Oh god, it still doesn't feel real. So for those of you that don't know, so like real time, not YouTube time, I filmed my TED Talk a week ago today, and it comes out on a couple of weeks into June. It's going to be released, and I will be sharing it, so like don't worry if you feel like you've missed it. You won't be able to miss it, don't worry. The actual narrative of the talk is all about how to leverage being an introvert to grow a successful business, and it is 100% the TEDx talk that I needed to hear as a young adult, because I think, you know, within pop culture and within history, the things that we are showcased and the things that are talked about are that in order to land the lead role in a story, or like to be the main character, we have to be this outgoing, funny, sociable, larger than life character. And actually it doesn't have to be that way. And in business specifically, we're told that like you have to be ruthless and you have to be bigger and fight more, and it's about who shouts the loudest, not who does the most. And yeah, that's not true. It's what I was always told, was that that's what I would have to be, and I would never do well in business because I'm not ruthless enough. And actually, I've created a business on a foundation of kindness and trying to create a community and a family and a network and supporting people during difficult times and cheering them on in good times. And doing that has led me to experience phenomenal change in an industry that really needed it. So welcome to my TED Talk. Someone's asked, what do you do to relax? Like since I've been running and growing this business, I don't feel like I want to relax. I feel like, why would I relax when I have something incredible to build and to grow, and there's always more that I could be doing, more outreach, there's more people to help, there's more like students to reach out to like see if they need support. And why would I relax when I can do those things? Like doing those things gives me the comfort that I used to get from relaxing. On my day in the life video, which I'll link up here if you've not seen it, but on the day in the life video, my James said, you need to like tell people that that wasn't just for a YouTube video. Like, you get up at 5 and you stop working at 10 and you do that every single day. Like, you need to tell people that that's not just one day, like that's every day. So I would definitely encourage you to watch that video. Because I don't, why would I relax when I can keep doing this? The short answer is I don't really relax. And so like, other than eat my feelings, I'm not really sure what else there is to do. Oh, another great question. Somebody's asked, who inspires and supports you? Lovely question. Firstly, something I'd like to say is, and something that I'm quite passionate about myself, is normalizing the fact that like, people that you think stereotypically should support you sometimes don't, and that's okay. So I think most people, like 9 people out of 10, would answer this question and say like, my family support me and inspire me, and like, unfortunately for me that's not the case, and I've always felt alone in that, or it's very easy to feel alone in that. And actually it's okay if that's not the case. It's certainly not the case for me, and if you are someone that is watching this video and you're in a similar situation, I would really encourage you to feel like you're not alone. So who supports and inspires me? Firstly, I honestly think the best thing about being an accountant is that I have like 250 other business owners that I'm seeing smash it. I'm seeing them grow successful businesses, create change, like create networks, like do real tangible, fantastic work. So they inspire me massively. They inspire me a lot. Obviously for me, the true inspiration behind the business is that when I decided to become an accountant, I didn't have anyone that inspired me. I didn't have anybody to look up to, and I hated that. I hated that as a young woman wanting a career in finance. There was nobody that I could relate to. So that's really what I'm trying to build and trying to create for like future young women, young people that want a career in accountancy. I'm trying to create something that they can look at and think, that's what I want to do. Who supports me? This is the answer to both. My incredible James, who is my life partner, business partner, best friend, soulmate, everything. He supports me and inspires me every single day. We obviously run this business together, and I couldn't and wouldn't do it without him. I never would do it on my own. He is by far the most incredible technical accountant I've ever met, and yeah, to share this journey together is just incredible. I know that we are both the reason each other get out of bed every day, and Yeah, it's just incredible. So my amazing James has got to be my number one answer. Okay, what would your advice be to someone just starting their first job in practice? My answer to that would be to get as much exposure and as much experience to as many different things as possible. So if you're working in a big firm, then ask to do like week or days stints in like other departments. So be in the VAT department for a week, be in the tax department for a week, be in the business tax department for a week, be in the accounting section for a week. Like, ask and push to get work experience in every single department to help you figure out exactly what it is that you like. You'll also be networking, you'll be meeting the management, you'll be meeting new people, meeting new teams, so that if you then decide that that's the department that you want to be in, you've made some great connections and that might help you get a job. And if you work in a smaller team in practice, then you'll have no problems getting exposure to everything and just, use it, network, create amazing connections, and just absorb everything like a sponge and use that to your advantage when you move forward. Okay, what is the one bit of advice you would give to somebody just starting out in accountancy? It's really hard to give one bit of advice. I want to tell you everything. The one bit of advice I'd give somebody just starting out in accountancy is like, we are there to serve customers. Like, remember who your customer is. The customer is not the set of accounts. The customer is not the manager signing off the accounts. Like, the customer is a small business owner who is running this business to pay their mortgage, to like give their children a lovely life. Like, that is who your customer is. Your customer is not a set of accounts. Your customer is a person. Your customer is a business. And it's that like person-centered and holistic approach to accountancy that we're really, really trying to drive. So always remember, your customer is not the set of accounts. Your customer is a person. Someone's asked, would you ever be a mentor? And yes, the answer is yes, I already am a mentor. So I volunteer with a couple of different charities, and I actually am currently mentoring 3 accountancy students. I was gonna say spare time, lol. So I actually mentor 3 accountancy students or people that want to have a career in accountancy and business as part of a couple of charities that I work with. Okay, so someone's asked, did you go to university? If so, which? So I didn't go to university. I did A-levels and then I did not go to university after that. So I went straight into an apprenticeship, doing AAT, and then worked all of the way up. I have, however, in the last 12 months, used my accounting qualifications to obtain a place on an MBA, so I'm doing a master's degree in business. I've been doing that for 18 months, I've only got 6 months left. So Cranfield is a leading business school in the UK, which is why I chose there to do my MBA. So I guess, yes, technically I am currently at university, but the traditional, did you go to university, would be no. Oh, cheeky. Someone's asked, how old am I? I don't know if I want to say. You can look on Company's House, to be fair. I am, does anyone else like not know how old they are? Yeah, 27. Someone has asked, would you offer somebody who wants to be an accountant free work experience? Yeah, obviously I would, but I would actually challenge that question. I would like push back on that question and say, like, don't look for work experience, come and work with us. Yeah, I would love to give people the opportunity to come and do work experience, but realistically at the moment, like, we're always hiring for accountants. So. And also, I really don't like the thought of people working for free. People have approached us about it in the past, and actually I wouldn't want people working for free. Like, somebody's asked the dreaded question. Oh, I can't show the question because it'll show their name. Are you single? Winky face, tongue out face. If you haven't, all I do is talk about James. He liked it, so he put a ring on it. That's all we need to say. Okay, someone has asked, how can I get my first job? I'm new to the UK, currently finished AAT foundation level. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a link up here to how to land your first job in accountancy with no experience. That is honestly one of my most successful videos so far. Would really encourage you to have a watch, have a look, have a listen, and let me know what you think. Oh, someone's asked what kind of books do I like. I don't know where to start. I am a reader, like I love reading, and I love everything from, like, I really sit in like the personal development and business development space. So I'm reading Disrupt It Yourself, which is amazing. I loved Start With Why, which is all about creating a business off a foundation, like a really true, honest, transparent foundation of like why you started the business. I loved Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King, which is incredible. And in my day in the life video, I did touch on my morning routine, and that morning routine comes from a process that I learned in a book called Miracle Morning. I definitely sit in the sort of like personal development, business growth section. So yeah, please let me know any recommendations that you guys have, like from the same space. Oh, someone's asked, what's your secret to being successful and having so much motivation? I think to get the things that no one else has, you have to do things that no one else is doing. And like, I don't think it's any secret that like James and I do work incredibly hard, and we put all of our time, all of our energy, all of our love, all of our emotion into this business, and like it absolutely has paid off. So there's obviously no secret to being successful. I really struggle with like imposter syndrome, and sometimes people will ask me questions like that and it actually just makes me feel really like, but I'm not successful. But the motivation, I mean, I'm just trying to create change. I'm just trying to create a space, a safe place of the internet and of the world where like young accountants are excited to become accountants, and that it's a space that's really clear and a path that is achievable. I think so often so many of the questions that I get asked are all about like it being so hard to get a job, to get experience, to make it work, and I'm just trying to change that. And I think as well, like having trained from an apprentice all the way up to now running a business, from an employer's perspective, fundamental to us to create a business that is not reflective of the things that we found really frustrating. So like being really transparent with pay, being very generous with pay, being generous not financially, but like with your time and where you invest it and how you can support and help develop your employees in a way that like actually changes their life outside of having a job. And yeah, I think that's where a lot of the motivation comes from, is like we've both worked for bad bosses before, we've both done jobs that we didn't feel valued. I would definitely encourage you to listen to the TED Talk, because I tried to write the talk that I needed to hear as a young adult and as somebody that felt like the world was very difficult, and I now don't feel that way. I fundamentally agree that you get back out what you put in, and if that means that's success, then I don't know, maybe it is success. But yeah, so that was the final question, but like I said, some very juicy questions. I think I might try and do this more frequently, because I get asked so many different questions, and I think I wish I had someone to just ask all of these crazy questions to. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was useful. It was definitely therapeutic for me. As always, if you liked this video, I would absolutely love it if you would like and comment. Talk to me about what you liked. Talk to me if you've got any more questions, and please, as always, it means the world to me if you would subscribe, so you can get a little notification every time I release a new video, and you get to be part of the family. I've had the best time. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a great day.